Hello. We're back for the PM session. That's been a while that I started a PM session. I like it. Let's let's see if we can frame some nice trades in the PM session now. Normally it's lunch PM session, but now it's really PM session. So hello. We're back for the PM session. That's been a while that I always double checking. Always double checking. Let's see. It's been so quiet today. I don't know why. But we'll see. I mean, we're just showing up, and we'll see who comes and hang out. Always nice to be surprised. So, how was the morning going? I had a pretty good morning. It got a little bit tricky at the end, but I do think maybe we can get a nice a trade in the PM session. So let's see what we have here. I was thinking it might run out a little bit. Just have to double check some data. Yeah, I wanted to see what happens if we are going over on NQ 25,344. Let's see if we go over that level, because then we have a weekly high obviously above us. And yeah, so I'm just basically 344.45. I do have my TP a little bit higher, but I'm keeping an eye on it. It's like I actually wanted to have it here, because I just don't trust it enough to go to the N walk straight away. So this green line is the N walk that you're seeing, and just wonder if we're going to make it to that level, or we're just going to spike into the N walk and then go down as a reversal. Just wondering if we're going to go higher than that level. I mean, it is a trending day and we have been consolidated. You see that a lot right nowadays, that we consolidate. If you have a good morning and a good PM pre-market session, you reach the level, and then from 10:45, it's been consolidating with just a little peak here, 11:52, fooling everyone. Because normally in lunch you can have a nice move down again or a nice move up. So let's see if we break out, and if hey, hello, my little munchkin. Oh, they always want to ruin my setup. These bloody cats. No. You cannot do that. Go. I love them, but they're so annoying sometimes. I mean, it's always when you stream, right? But anyway, how's everyone's morning has been? How have you guys been doing? Did you have a good morning? Did you trade at all, or have you been waiting? I thought we might get a reversal. This is sort of like a reversal area for me, but then again, this N walk still has my attention. But I'm sort of like wondering if we're going to go, if this is it, right? So that's why I'm watching it. This is just a paper trade. I don't have anything on my other account. I just put it on because I do think it's going to go here. But again, it could just reverse here, and then that's it. Because then we made a high here, a lower high. So that's what I'm watching at the moment. Let's see. Um, 8+1. Let's see. See, I wonder if this is really the high for today. This the range that we're going to get. Just sort of curious. I don't know. I'm sort of like a little bit in doubt at the moment what the range is going to be. So I'm just wondering if we can get over this level, or is this the max that we're going to get today? Or not. Let's have a look. I just want to calculate some stuff. We had quite a nice run, right? Oh, what happened here? Okay. Let's see. Wonder if this is a range for today on NQ. Just not sure if we're going to go higher, but it's 370. Are you going to 370? I'll just wait and see what price is what time is going to give us, right? We just have to be patient. We've had a nice consolidation, so accumulation, AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. So I'm sort of hoping that we are getting a nice distribution to the downside. So let's say the manipulation to the upside into a weekly high, which is about 25 390-ish, and then just not sure. I thought this would be the range for today, but I could be wrong. Just need to recalculate some stuff. Okay. Might even go over 390. Yeah. So bullish, right? If we finally are breaking out of that bloody, pardon my language, guys. So let me go over. We're finally leaving. Let me show you this large range now, right? We had an inside week last week, so I'm really happy that we're finally leaving this area. We're almost there. So this is that weekly high of last week. So let's see if we can get out of there, and that would be nice. Been very bullish. Look how bullish we've been. 2 a.m. So since Friday, we've just been going up since Friday. We're just a little bit of a small. These are just 4-hour retracements, right? If you look at this 4-hour, just want to point that out as well. Okay, I can get rid of this one here. This can go. This can go. You don't need that. But look at this 4-hour. Friday, 17th of October, 6 o'clock, and we went up just. These are just the only retracements that we had. In 1, 2, 3, one retracement, and then one retracement. Now we have another 2 going up, so we could get another 4-hour. No, I wouldn't. That would be. We're going to get a new 4-hour candle right at 2 o'clock. But look, we had 3 4-hour candles here, 1, 2, 3, without any retracement. So the only retracement that you get is the manipulation move of this candle. So I love trading the 2 a.m. Got sort of like a few models around that time because of the 4-hour candle, obviously, like the same like with the 10 o'clock. So yeah, let's see if we get another continuation on at 2 a.m. So this is just a scalp that I'm doing on paper, just playing around a little bit. I'm just warming up a little bit after my lunch break, so to speak. But yeah, I'm just wondering, because sort of thinking either we're going to really break this and go up, or we're going to go into this N walk and then retrace back. But it's so bullish at the moment, right? I mean, if you look at the four, I'm just trying to look at this area here. Yeah, and I'm also, because I said if this is the dealing range of today, we might just reject from here and then go down, and then we're going to retrace into the range, and then because we have the whole week is no news week except Friday. Friday we've got loads of news, crazy stuff. But anyway, yeah, if anyone wants to share their day with me, how have you been doing today? Did you have a good morning? I would love to know. I had a pretty good morning, but then I gave a little bit back, but it was still a good morning. Price action was okay in the morning until we got into consolidation, but I traded gold and NQ, so that was gold was pretty good as well until, let me see what gold is doing. Oh, also gold is now. So this was a good entry here. We had a little pullback into the breaker, and then we went off to the races. I use root candles. I go a little bit more deeper into time. So this was one of the models that I use. So I can take this off. This was my TP basically, and then that's where I stopped. I stopped the stream as well at some point. Breaker, we can get rid of that. I can get rid of this as well. Oh, not more in play anymore. So, hello everyone. I'm happy to be back and doing the PM session again. It's been a while. I've been, I'm a new channel, so I've been playing around with times and figure out what the best thing is. So I do London, but then I started to do AM session, and sometimes, but I started the first 2 months has basically been London and lunch PM session. But I really like this session for some reason. I also like the people that hang out around these times. So I think I would rather do these sessions instead of the AM session, but we'll see. But anyway, I'm happy to be back. It's been a while that I've done this one. So I've done a few marathons though that I kept going, but I don't know if I would have to choose between AM and PM session. I don't know. I think this is my favorite, to be honest. But anyway, I like it all, but if I have to have a preference. So are you now both on my desk? Okay. Well, if you guys see if you suddenly see the ceiling instead of my face, it's because I've got two terrorists here that are actually trying to ruin my setup for fun. They just enjoy doing it. But anyway, let's have a look again. I'm still in this trade. Yeah, I'm still bullish. Let's see if my everything is open. Yes. Here we go. What are you doing? There's no surface here. Okay, I think I'm just going to focus on NQ for now. If anyone else has, I mean, are you guys still trading gold for now? Or gold looks interesting though, maybe for a short. Let me have a look on gold. I thought maybe gold was better in the morning and pre-market, but if it gives a good opportunity, we're not going to let it go by, are we? I think gold is going to go higher as well. Looks like it. This might be a retracement. Any people have a bias they want to share? Well, and Q is still running. Okay, let it just run. How's my trade doing? There we go. I do think we might get a rejection here. I just want to see how it's going to react at this point here. Now, I do think once we're here, the N walk is in play. But this is a point where I do think we either we're going to take liquidity or we're just going to go into this little wick. Let me show you. We're just going to end in the wick and then reject a little bit. So I just want to see that what it's doing there. Boom. Okay. It's 119. Just want to see if it's going to go. Okay. I was just thinking, okay, either it's going to spike up or it's going to spike down. Perfect reaction. I like it. So I always get out at these levels because, it could spike up, but it also could spike down. Now let's see. Are you going to go down now? Okay, you're going to go into the N walk. Okay, nice. Why am I not having my perfect data? I need data. Okay, so I would say now 385 is in play, but I just need a better entry on NQ. 385, 370. I just want to see a little bit of pullback and then all-time high today. Hey MJ, how are you doing? Yes, we're back at all-time highs. It's party time again. It's crazy, huh? How the market, government shut down, but hey, we're still going. Who cares? We're just going. It's Monday, no news. We're just going. I mean, I love the volatility today. Don't get me wrong. But it got a little bit nasty again, right? On a lot of consolidation at some point. But yeah, we are there again. Who would have said? I'm just thinking, I think it's long, but we just took liquidity. I would rather see a nice pullback with the 120, with the 130 move, right? See what the market gives us and really have a solid trade. MJ, are you been trading today at all? So we on NQ we have a triple, let's say a triple high, right? They're almost equal. You look at the 15. So let's see if we're almost there. They're beautiful, right? They're just looking, and we've got a flat top here. Oh. Here we go. 389. Let's say yes, I took at the opening 30 point. I think those were the best. The opening was the best time until 10 o'clock or a little bit after 10. So 10:30 was a good trading, but then it got a little bit dicey, right? Well, let's just wait because I don't like it's so wiki, or not really wiki, but look at the barcoding. Let's see what happens at. I'm just gonna wait for 10 minutes. See the 130 move. If we're gonna get a retracement, or are we just gonna expand and go higher? Look, listen, look at these candles, the 4-hour. 1, 2, 3, one retracement, then another 4-hour candle, another retracement, and then 1, 2. Are we gonna get another third candle going up, right? So oh, just forget about that. I just want to do something else. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? You can see that on the 4-hour. Accumulation, manipulation, we're in the distribution move now. Now it's a higher time frame distribution move, so obviously we're not going to get the 2.5 in this run. But I do expect in this week we are going up into this area. Because we're definitely in this, we already passed the 0.5. And the 1 is 581. 581. Okay, let's see. 581. Hello everyone. Happy to see all of you here. I'm happy to be back in the PM session. I'm happy to be back in the PM session. 581. Ooh, yes, I'm very, ooh, that would be awesome. 581. If we're gonna get there. 571, 581. Who's bullish on NQ for tonight for the PM session? Just curious. And how far are we going to go? So wondering if we can reach 571, 581. Let's see if that's doable. Do I have any other confluences there? 581. My reverse may reverse one all-time high liquidity grab. Well, yeah, you would think so, right? That is like, but that's what I think as well. Might have that's what everybody thinks. We get a liquidity grab, then obviously we might have a retracement, but we also could just go back up again into the higher, go in price discovery, right? Because let's have a look at, well, gold is still hasn't, by the way, I said the triple high was gold, by the way. I was confusing the two, but, they're basically the same almost. Like ES is a bit further away from the highs than NQ. Let's say if ES is the weaker sister, and NQ runs a little bit higher, and then ES might catch up a little bit later. So that's why I was thinking we could do that maybe, because NQ is almost there, right? And ES needs to go a little bit further. So let's say ES NQ grabs liquidity, runs for, and obviously we'll have a retracement a little bit, but then starts running, and then ES will catch up with it. So it's not really like a SMT then, but it's just sort of like they are sort of following each other, but one is slower than the other. So that's something now to watch. We really need to watch. Like for me, the SMT would be valid. Like say if I look at the quarters of the hour and we are going to move and take the high, let's say in the 150 to 210 macro. And then I want to see around 2 o'clock, especially around 2 o'clock, because then we get the new 4-hour candle. And what I would expect is that we get the manipulation move of the 4-hour candle. Could be the move down, the retracement, right? Because you get the wick, like we go down, that's the retracement of the 2 o'clock. And then you get the expansion. If that's a scenario, I could be totally wrong. But so the 2 o'clock 4-hour candle starts, we get a manipulation move to the downside. That might be the retracement after getting the liquidity. We go down, and then we get the distribution move to the upside. Scenario 1. Another scenario is we just go up, 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 up. You know, the 4-hour candle is a long candle, and then we just go up until, let's say, whatever, the 571, and then we go down very fast. And ES just catches up at some point. Or we get SMT, which means full reversal for both. Which will be, hey, SK, you're back. How are you doing? Hope you're feeling better than this morning. So we have to watch the SMT, or if it's just going to spike up. So that's why the 4-hour candle gives so much information. But obviously I look at the 1-hour candle as well. But I love the that's why I love the PM session, because we've got the 4-hour candle, obviously. And I actually, to be honest, I literally actually only play my best trades are if I do AM session are actually around 10 o'clock, because that's my model. And I guess that's why I like the 2 AM as well. I've got the humidifier on behind me, so if you guys think you see some smoke, my house is not on fire. It's a humidifier, but it can look like smoke. So I'm sorry to hear, SK. I hope you feel better soon. I hope you find a way to see positives again. It's important. Yeah. Well, you know, we have a community here, and I hope it helps just hanging out here, and there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Always. But life is hard sometimes. Life is not easy sometimes, and we all get things thrown at us. So, but just hang out here and you learn, and sometimes maybe at some point you can turn things around. SK, may I ask how old you are? What's your age? Are you young? Some people are looking for the life purpose their whole life. Okay, let's see. NQ, what are you doing? I'm going to the 5-minute now on NQ, just because I want a little bit more information. So we have we can consider this a 5-minute breaker, right? You guys see that? Five-minute breaker. Now, the breaker was actually activated here, right? Because we had a high, we had the retest already. The retest is already done. So I would say, okay, you're 21. Listen, you're very, very young. You're extremely young. You're not supposed to have found your life. In all honesty, you're not supposed to have found your life purpose already. You actually should be still, like NQ, you should be in exploring phase. That's all good. You should not be worried about that, if I may say so. I don't want to sound like a psychologist, because I'm not. But if you're 21, You're supposed to be searching for your life and just, be exploring. So you have no reason to be worried about anything yet. You should be enjoying your life, not be worried about those things, in all honesty. So you'll be fine, really. But you cannot be lazy, like you said this morning. But anyway, let's go back to the 1 minute. I'm actually getting more and more bullish on NQ, but I'm just wondering if I'm being tricked now. Are we going to dig deeper into this breaker, 5-minute breaker? Because we do have a fair value gap, but I'm just thinking, if we're just going to go up, is it going to do that in the 4-hour manipulation move? So I would think, are we just going to go up now a little bit more, and then we're going to go lower in the 4-hour manipulation? What are you planning to do, NQ? What is your plan with us today? Let's see. What are you going to do? Yeah. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if we go down first into 25,321-ish. 25,321-ish. Here we go. I'm sad because I'm not able to my emotional desires. Everything feels so emptiness. Okay, let's see. 371. Okay, I think we're going to 371 now. It looks like it, right? What time is it? 3:36. Okay, so we've started now. Technically, ICT taught us that the 1:30 to 2 o'clock move sets the stage for the PM session. So let's see what we are going to get as a present. So this was then the proper retest of that breaker. I would presume, if I look at the price action now, 371 is going to be my TP. Oh, 371, and my stop loss is going to be below the breaker. Not below the breaker, I'm sorry, but below the low. I'm expecting it not to go low, and if I'm stopped out, I'm stopped out. That's fine. Let's see. Now I'm just wondering if we're not going to go first inside the breaker for at the 130 move. Yeah. If I'm stopped out, it's a paper trade. I'm stopped out. I haven't entered on my evaluation yet. I'm just waiting a little bit longer for. To be honest, I'm not really interested in these moves. Sounds arrogant, but it's 40 points. Am I interested? Am I interested? Am I interested? 371. Yeah, because okay, so the weekly high, so the high is 392. So you see that a lot, right? So we would go, I wouldn't be surprised we only go to 371 and then we get either a retracement. We're not going to go in a straight line to 392. So I would not, I don't want to be in until 392. I would rather stay in until, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Which broker am I using? I trade with TradeOfate. My evaluation and my funded accounts are with Funded Next, and I have my own account is with Iron Beam, but I'm lately only trading my my Funded Next evaluations. Last week it was only evaluations because I wasn't really in tune with the market last week, to be honest. But I always wonder why you guys are, I mean, what does it help you to know which broker am I using? Because it depends on what country you live as well, right? I mean, if you live in specific countries, you cannot use the same broker that I can use because I'm also not allowed to have all the brokers. It depends on which country you reside. So you really need to figure out. But SK, in all honesty, I think you should focus on studying first before putting your money on the line and focusing on getting a good model and yeah, focus on studying and paper trading for a while. So you can't lose any money, you just gain knowledge. You find a nice community like here, and you know, you just focus on studying this year. You're just 21, you're very young. You have a whole life in front of you. Really. There's no reason to be worried at all. And if you're 21, I wish I was 21 and started studying the market. I wish. I mean, I guess life goes how it goes, but hey, you're 21, man. Imagine that where you will be if you start studying now. And you just, you know, do just like everyone who does just the average job, you're going to be badass and if you're 40 with trading. Good for you. I'm long at paper in my paper trading at 2500. Okay, wow, that's pretty awesome. That's a long trade, but that's good. There you go. What's your TP, SK? Okay, I'm thinking I have to double check if my account is open. What time is it? 41. Okay, I'm gonna move my stop. Now, I do want to see a little bit of a movement here because I don't want it to go into the range now, into this breaker. This is a 5-minute breaker. I'm on the 1 minute now, and the 1 minute the breaker is bigger, right? You see that? High, low, high, lower, low. So it's quite a range, but okay, let's see if I take the 1 minute. Okay. Still good enough for me, I guess.
Order filled.
Okay, so 371 is my TP. I'm not aiming for the highs yet because I'm just wondering because I want to see what we're going to get at 2 o'clock. So I don't think we are going to hit the highs yet. I do think well, let me put it this way. If we're going this direction already, we might hit the weekly high, so the top today, right? But you know, it always stalls and it makes it hard because everybody's looking at those highs. So I'm just a little bit careful, and I just want to see what we're going to do now. I've got a very small risk on the table. It's a small risk, but I do want to have this trade if we do move in the 1:30 to 2 o'clock move. So where is my where are all my, I've got so little information on my charts. Okay. Oh, we're at all-time highs, I guess, so there's no information. Okay, so I just want to point out the first presented fair value gap. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the breaker. There is a little green line here. This is the first presented fair value gap of 130. Very important. This is the same like the first presented fair value gap of the AM session, but this is the PM session one here. It's very light green. It's because people have given me feedback that I need to clean my chart. So I tried to make it as light as possible, but it's so light that I can't even see it anymore. So I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Because I'm like, where the hell is the first presented fair value gap? I can't find it. I'll show you guys. Here we go. Is this boy? Here we go. Here you can see it. So we might get a retest here of this area. Let's see. I use fib extensions. I do, Daji. Hello, how are you? I do use fib extensions. I already used that to calculate my ranges. What are you using? Where do you calculate it from? There is a indicator for FUD to fair value gap. Yeah, but from FUD to FUD. Yeah, but I don't need FUD. I would rather, for me, it's more important to frame internal liquidity to external liquidity, because especially on the higher time frame, I would rather know, did we take internal liquidity or are we on our way to external liquidity? So that's more important to me than from fair value gap to fair value gap. Because how do you know which one is the good one? So I don't need an indicator for fair value gap to fair value gap, but I do need indicators for the first presented fair value gap. That's the one that I use, because those I find very important because they always get retested. So yeah. Oh, you use Python? Interesting. Not waiting charts anymore. Not watching charts. Oh, interesting. Wow. Tell me more about that. How do you so I mean, if you use Python, okay, I know it's code, but that's pretty interesting. Hey, but listen, Daji, I don't hope I mispronounce your name, but I had the comments that I need to clean up my charts because when I started, I have a lot of information. I have different tabs, and they told me, you've got a little bit too much on your chart. So I got a lot off, but I have other tabs open which I can look at. But my chart is as clean as possible because that's a request from my viewers and my subscribers. So I try to listen to them, and I have a clean chart now, but it looks pretty empty, I know, but that's, if you guys have suggestions, what you want to see, I do put on the NWOGs and things like that, but hey, listen, all the NWOGs are below us now. We are almost at all-time highs again, so there's not much information to show because everything is down below us. Yeah, so I have clean charts now, because that's what people want. And hey, what my people want, they get. So, but anyway, if people have suggestions, if they want to see some specific information in the charts, let me know. That's what we're here for, right? There's no channel without you guys. Honestly, there's not. Did someone just subscribe? I didn't see that. Thank you, whoever did that. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. This weekend I passed 100 subscribers, and it was not on a stream. It was just weekend, and I was like, really, I want to happen on a stream because that's much nicer. But anyway, I'm very appreciative. Just 2 months in, and having really a nice time, enjoying meeting all you guys and having fun. So yeah, I also had the same. I also got 50 to 52 tabs. Oh, 50 to 52. That's a lot. No, I don't have that much open, my friend. That's that. I would go nuts. That's why I moved away from stocks, because I don't want to watch all these special watch lists. Now I've got a few open, but not 50, 52. That's crazy. But I've started to do gold as well. So now I have I've been doing NQ for 3 years, very very extensively, only NQ. So that was very easy in the sense like only watching NQ. But now I added gold and just a few tabs per instrument. But it's all good. I can still manage. But interesting watching Python instead of charts. You're the first one I'm hearing from. So when did you start doing that? I'm actually curious about how that works. But I guess you have price, and then what do you see? What is your benchmark? What do you, if you don't have candlesticks, what are you framing your information of? I guess it's just code, because I guess because I look at time a lot. So like, I guess if you use Python, you get more insights of the algo. I'm just trying to think. I have an IT background a little bit, but I was just a functional application manager, so I didn't go into programming, but you know, I had to manage some applications. So I'm just trying to figure out, because it just intrigues me if you say something like that. Let me just do it like this. It's better to watch. Yeah. 50 to 52 taps. I mean, you must have gone nuts at that time. That is, you need a very active brain to manage 50 to 52 taps. Okay, well, let's see what's happening. 3:51. So we're almost at 2 a.m. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we go down. But I just want to see if the 2 o'clock is going to give us that manipulation move of that 4-hour candle to the downside. But I don't want it to happen now. You're not supposed to do it now in Q. Yeah, it's interesting, right, SK? It's very interesting what he says. Yeah, no worries, Daji. Appreciate your input and what you're doing. It's good to hear how people are watching the market, and we can learn from it, right? Maybe there's a new way to also have a different look. I'm always interested in these kind of things. So. Okay, macro has started, guys, and it's almost 2 o'clock. So I have to pay attention now. So this 4-hour candle is almost done. We're going to get a new one. So let's see where it opens. I'm just watching this 4-hour candle here. Just want to see how if the new one opens. I want actually to see the open above the close of this one. I would love to see that. and see if we get a continuation candle. Are we going to get a reversal here? So the manipulation move could be to the upside as well, right? So we take out the high, could be the manipulation move, and then we could go down. All possible. Or are we going to go take the high, make the retracement and go back into the range and then go back up further? So 54. 154. Okay, we're going to the downside a little bit too much. Let's see if we react here. Why is my first presented fair value gap not moving? You should move. Are you lazy? You're lazy. You should move together so I can see if you are. Why are you not moving? Oh, I see what I. No, you should be moving. I want to see a retest of this first presented. So let's see. I don't want this one to see disrespected. But then on the other hand, we have a little gap here. So let's see if it goes through here. We did, right? Already. Okay. No, I don't use volume and I don't use order book. It's not going to come on my chart. I don't need that. I think volume is just such it's really totally useless, to be honest. I want to be in a trade before the volume sets in all honesty. Um, and order book, no. You have to put it on your own chart if you want that. I'm not going to put that on. I'm happy that I don't need it anymore, in all honesty. Oh, you're just 21 years old as well. Wow, look at those guys. They're so young. I'm so jealous of you guys. You guys are so young and already involved in trading. Awesome. Awesome. You shorted? Yeah. I'm not sure yet, to be honest. I'm just going to give it a little bit more time. But look at these young guys, 21 years old and in trading. And Daji is already looking at Python and other things. So, do you have a IT background, Daji? I'm just gonna wait with. I'm just gonna wait until 2 o'clock, Prince. I only trade the Nifty 50 and other major Indian index. Never touched foreign market yet. Okay, nice. No, I do wipe coding. Wipe coding. Okay. I don't know what that is, to be honest, but sounds like you're very, you're doing very well for 21. I love that. I love it to see you youngsters doing so well, already so much involved in stuff like that. Okay, let's see. Almost 2 o'clock, guys. A few more seconds, and then my 4-hour candle is starting to show up. Now let's see. I really want to see where we open. Mm-hmm. 5 seconds. Boom. Okay. I would be careful with, for some reason, I just don't feel the short, to be honest. I love to short, but I don't feel it, to be honest. I'm just a little bit careful. I'm just taking a little bit more time to frame a trade. Now, I would love to see it go down, but it's so obvious, I think, right? Don't you guys think? It's just something is off. I just don't trust it at all. I do not trust it at all. I don't trust it. I was thinking it would go down to 320-ish maybe and 318, but it's just not going. We've got like this consolidation here, and where it's sort of like now retesting it. Yeah, I just don't feel it. I only take trades if I really feel comfortable now, and I just don't know. I would rather miss it than take a trade and lose money. Oh, someone else subscribed. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I can't see the names if I don't see. I don't know, but thank you. Yes, I always wait for confirmation. And if I'm not sure, I just don't take trades anymore. Even though when I'm on stream, I really want to be able to frame it logically and be able to explain it. Why am I doing it and what am I seeing? And if I can't do that, it means that I'm either not seeing it or I'm not missing. I would rather take a long, to be honest. What was my level again? 392, was it? 372. What was that level? 371. Yes, okay. I'm going to take a trade to 371 because that was my initial trade. I got stopped out, remember? I might take it again. What time is it? 2 o'clock. Now, what you can see sometimes, you know what I would rather explain? Yeah, Darji, yes. What you see happening with the macro, sometimes you can frame the macro. If you have it starts at 340.50, it goes down, and the one part of the macro is the downside, but it could change. We took out liquidity here, so the second part of the macro could go up, right? So you can see that happen a lot of the time. So you can divide the macro into, but you have got to be careful here because we've got this fair value gap here. So you want to be sure that it's not going to, because it's 3 past the hour, and that's a very important time. Why? Because sometimes, especially when it hits the fair value gap, it could be that the macro, because it moves up, that this move can be done, right? So you have to be careful here. because it could continue further down. That's all I'm trying to say. Either it's really a reversal at the mid because you can divide, or if it's 3 past the hour and you hit the fair value gap, you have to be aware. Over trading. It's a good question. What is too much over trading? Is it over trading, taking trades so often? I don't know to whom you're referring, who's taking trades so often, but if you're on the roll and you can frame your trade, your model is there, and you can frame your trades mechanically, because I trade pretty mechanically, otherwise I don't take a trade. And if I don't do that, then I'm actually over trading. But if I would see my model show up like 10 times an hour, I'm going to take it. If that doesn't happen, but if everything lines up what I'm looking at and it happens every hour, I'm going to take it every hour if I see it. So it depends on what your model is and if you have your risk reward is okay. But if it's not there, you just don't trade at all. But if you see your model, you trade it. And then I don't think we should be too strict in the sense of, oh my God, I already traded 3 times. Hey, if you had your daily loss, you stop. Obviously, that's your risk management. But if you're still doing fine, you just you keep I think it doesn't matter the amount of trades that you take, but if you're not feeling it, and if you have 3 losses and you met your daily loss limit, and you have to stop. You cannot. That's over trading. But if you're on the roll and your model keeps showing up, and once in a while you take a loss because you entered too early, for example. If I see my model, but I entered too early just because it's not time yet for it to move, I don't care. I get back in because I know I'm just too early. Because sometimes you have to wait for the time for it to move. But your model is there, but time is more important than price. So I get back in. I don't care. I can be stopped out 2 or 3 times sometimes, but then I have a 5-hour trade because I have to move. It's just it wasn't time yet. But yeah, I don't want to miss that trade. And then my losses are very, very small. But then I have a 5-hour trade. I don't mind if I get in, but if I do that without having a solid model, then my losses add up, right? So it depends on what you do. But what is taking trades too often? What is too much? I don't know. It depends on them. Some people scalp. They scalp all day, and they make a lot of money. They have 1-to-1 trades, but they go back in and out, in and out, in and out. So it just depends on how you trade and why. You need. For me, it's important, especially on stream. I need to be able to explain to the people who are watching, why am I getting into a trade? What is my logic? Am I entering on, what is my reason behind it? Hey, and I can be wrong many, many times as well. And I'm still learning. You're never done learning, right? In the market. You have to be humble. But anyway, hey, listen, it's important time coming, 7:04. Let's see if the long is still in play. It's a very tricky area here, but I'm still very interested in the 371 area, but I'm actually not interested in 20 point moves, but I might take it because now we might run to. We didn't get a pullback, right? We might run to the high now. Let me just take a stab, and I'll get in with a micro, just one micro, so my risk is very minimal. Look, we already went over this. We inversed this one here. This was actually the entry, to be honest, but I'm talking too much. You see this retest here? This was actually the entry here. I'm just going to take it to 7.1, not 9.5, because I think we're going to get a pullback a little bit. It's a 2-to-1, 1-to-2. Let me just see. 588. Wow, that's a nice level. And this is 455. Bryce, yeah, Bryce, you're right. Chasing price. You got me. It's a paper trade. I'm caught red-handed. Shit. It is a little bit chasing. You're correct. I didn't enter on my account. But, it's just too good not to take it, right? I'm caught. I'm caught red-handed, but hey, it is. But I got confirmation. We've all done it. We're going to keep on doing it. But I have my confirmation. Why? This is the first percent fair value gap. We went below it and it went over it again. We invalidated. We went over this inversion here, or we inverted this one, we should say. But then again, it's still risky. And Bryce makes a good point, because we could reject from here. We've got a little gap here, so it could be that we are going to reject. So it would have been the best entry, in all honesty, would have been here, right? Because you take liquidity. See? Yeah. There you go. It's only a paper trade. So but I shouldn't be doing that in paper. You're right. Hey, Sleepwalker. Hello, how are you doing? I love your guys' name. All these names are so funny. No, I'm not gonna say the name of the other person, but some names really make me laugh. Are you sleepwalking right now? How are you doing? But guys, yes, the trade is not optimal. I totally agree. But who's who's actually really bearish at the moment? Um, yeah. I trade in my sleep, always profit. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I always trade in my sleep, always in profit. Yeah, excellent. I dream of trading as well, to be honest. But I can't really remember my dreams, in all honesty. I trade in my sleep. That's hilarious. Always in profit. You must be. I'm doing great. Yes, I'm doing great as well. I'm having so much fun with these sessions. I had a really good morning trading wise. Um, it's just a little bit more challenging now to get a real mechanical model at the moment. But let me hold on. I think we're still going to go up at the moment, but it's going to be not like um, I'm just trying to frame the 4-hour candle. So my idea was that we would have a little retracement on the 4 when the 2 o'clock started, because it's a new 4-hour. I thought, we're going to get a little retracement to the downside. That will be the manipulation move, and then we get the move up. So that's a little thing that confused me a little bit. So apparently we did not get that at 2 a.m. So we are here. So we had to open here, right? Boom. So we did not really, we're going up. So I guess we are going to, oh, you're in Bangkok, Bryce. Okay. Yeah, it's late for you. Well, thank you for showing up, and thank you for pointing out chasing. No, I love that. I love to be held accountable because it is sometimes, but because I talk a lot, I should have entered here. But, we didn't get the retracement on the 2 o'clock candle. So I'm thinking we're going to get the move to the upside. That's going to be the 4-hour wick. So I have some logic behind it, but, you know, anyway, Bryce, thank you for joining, and I hope to see you soon again. And sleep well. I love Bangkok, by the way. I love Thailand. So, so anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you. I just love. It's so much fun. I mean, and it's amazing that for some reason, guys, I'm just 2 months in now, and it's only I've never had issues with the chat or weirdos. There was one time one weirdo, and you just say something and they're gone. But I never had any problems with nasty people here, or it's just all. It's just we're attracting the nice, just the people that are really I thought about that I would like to have in the community and that we're building. So it's just been amazing. What else you check while trading U.S. index? Are you in longs from Asia low? Wow. My analysis going into this week was expect to sweep on the highs, then take an entry for a short, catching the peak. So I took a long from Asia. I'll hold on to other. Awesome. Yeah. And you know what? Also Sleepwalker, because we had an inside week, I think it's a very good analysis which you had because even though we had no news, because of having an inside week last week, we can expect a larger move, right? So that's a very good analysis. Yeah. Guys, even though I chased the price a little bit, I think we're still going up. But my entry could have been better, definitely. And I should throw my stop a little bit. Here we go. It's 4:15. Now, so what else do you check while trading US? And hey, well, I don't check much because I just want to focus on NQ and gold. But what I've heard today, talking about other things, I do. I'm very much interested in crypto because I do have crypto, but more I'm a long term. I'm long term in crypto, so I don't day trade it. But today I heard that Walmart, you can pay now in Walmart for the US people around here. You can now pay in Walmart with XRP, with Ethereum, Bitcoin, I believe, and Solana. So that's pretty awesome. That means the adoption is really, really taking place now. So yeah, yeah, I do higher time. Is that what you mean? Higher time frame analysis and looking at the higher time frame and things like that. Daji, is that what you mean? Because I do look at other things for NQ. I've got all time frames: the 4-hour, the weekly, the monthly. Well, I don't look at the monthly now, but not during the day, but I do that before. I look at the 15-minute all the time, but I've got other tabs open. Okay, I've been stopped out. I look at many things all the time, and I go through different time frames a lot. But 15-minute, 1 hour, I use the 4-hour log. Now I like this actually because if we're going to get a nice move to the downside on the 4-hour, let's see. But it's very barcoding, right? It's really barcoding. It's not a nice price actually, to be honest. But we're just gonna hang out and see if we can frame a trade. And if not, I'm not gonna chase price anymore. I'm not gonna do that. Only if I can really frame it properly, I will. Yes, well, I mean, you have to get into the utility coins, like the ones that really will have a good usage, like payments, like XRP will be part of a new payment system. Obviously, I guess Bitcoin we can see as a new gold. Well, Ethereum is going to be very. I mean, they say that Ethereum is going to have a very solid place, but yeah, XRP, XLM, ADA. Now, what is your logic about a double top? Daji, what would you say is that when I see a double top, I get more bullish, right? Yeah. But I would rather see it go into the range a little bit, go down into let's go a little bit. Yeah, this is what I like to see. I really like to see it go a little bit further down. I would have loved to see that a little bit earlier. I think he meant sleepwalk. I think he meant you wrote down otherwise. I think maybe that is because I also did not understand that one word how you meant otherwise. I don't know if that's what Daji means. Maybe. Just be careful, guys. Now let's just wait. I mean, we just have to wait a little bit to, because we're just ranging now a little bit. I'm still bullish. I'm definitely bullish, but you know, trying to see if I can see something interesting. Do I have all my lights on? Yes, I do. Okay, now let's have a look. 1:30. Okay, we are. Okay, let me go into a little bit in time theory what I use. So what is the 1:30 candle? Let me go. Why is this one different? Okay, so digital time theory uses root candles. Now, it's different than the first presented fair value gap, but this is the 1:30 root candle. It's not the first presented, it's the root candle. And root candles are very important in time because they are algorithmically used algorithmically. So the 1:30 candle, you see this candle here? I marked that, the whole candle. And you see how beautifully price is now here. We had a reversal, but what I'm looking at now is, are we going to go through this candle? Because that means we're going to go a little bit lower. And then, let's see. Are we going to go? We could go all the way to, I would love to see that, to go all the way to 322, 322. It's too short of a move. I'm not going to take it. It doesn't have my interest, but I might be looking for a long until I really think, okay, we're just really bearish now. Until I'm proven otherwise. Yeah, that could be on face value with a 15-minute break or market structure. Yes, that don't have intermediate liquidity. Yes, okay. I look at it the same way. Bullish until bearish, at least on the 15-minute. I need a break of structure on the 15. Correct. Yeah. And I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon, to be honest. So I'm still bullish. And also what I was looking at, guys, why I took that trade, because yeah, I did have some logic behind it. I mean, even though I got stopped out. But look at this again. I just want to point out, these are 4-hour candles. 1, 2, 3, just a small retracement. Another 4-hour candle, just a small retracement. That's from Friday. And then 1, 2, and now we've got this one here. And we've got the new candle. Now, I just want to see if the open is higher than the close. Okay, this will close. We have the close here, 25,336.75, open. 25,336.25, a little bit lower. Okay, so it wasn't, but still, it's still good. But look at this, guys. If you look at this structure, have you ever seen a candle? If this is a rejection block, I use a rejection block a lot. Now, if this would have been a flat candle with no wick in this, I would not have been bullish. Why? Because if it would have been a flat candle, there's a lack of manipulation. I would think, okay, we're going to wick into it and then we're going to reject. But we have been rejecting already, and this is, let me show you. I use quarter and 1/3. I use 1/3. I just want to show you this. Now, look here. Where did we react the wick and this wick here? Have I graded it properly? No. Here we go. Okay, so we haven't touched the 0.5 yet, right? So I just want to see if we get into this area here. Are we going to hit the 0.5 and are we going to reject there before we take out the high? So this for me is not liquidity until this is not it's a rejection block for me now, which means it's a wick, and if you see price action going into this wick, it will reject from at specific points. So my interest will be to see if we go to the 0.5. So that's at 371. So that was my the point that I marked out. What are we going to do there? Because I do not believe that we're going straight to the high. Yes, we had one rejection here, but because this this wick did not hit the 0.5, I think we are going to get at least one more rejection from this 4-hour wick. Why? Because you will see, if you start noting them, oh, hello, my sweetie. Oh, you're so cute. I've got a sweet cat here. She's so cute. She's just like making a very cute little movement. But anyway, they make me smile. So that's what I'm looking at. But now I wanted to see move into it. I thought the 4-hour wick. So this is the 4-hour. I don't like what I'm seeing here, to be honest. You see what's happening here? It's losing its bullishness, right? So that's why I'm looking. My scenarios have not played out at all on the 4-hour for as far as I thought it would be. But wait, we could make the 4-hour manipulation move. So let's see if we measure this wick as well, right? Let's see how far down it's going to go, and if it matches up with anything else that has our interest on this chart. Here we go. Do we have a fair value gap where it could go into? What is 25% of this wick? It's all the way here. I would love to see it go into this one here, because we also have, do we have a breaker? A lower breaker? We do, yes. We have a beautiful break. I'm going to the 5-minute now to mark, because I would love to see. I marked this one before this breaker, actually. 25,319. I like that. because this is also a premium wick, right? I don't know if you guys. Here we go. Now let's see. I need to go. It's midnight. Happy Diwali. Oh, happy Diwali. Yes, you're from India. I'm so sorry, guys. Happy Diwali to all my Indian friends. Daji, thank you for joining me. And I would love to hear more about your Python, by the way. Very interesting. And I hope to see you back again. Really nice to have you around. Thank you. Sleep well and happy Diwali to all the. I think there are quite a bit of Indians now in the chat. Even though you guys, it's so late there, but I love that they're always hanging out. But we're just gonna hang out, I guess, to the close, right? We're here anyway, so and just have some fun. I've got people outside braaiing or having a barbecue, and there's a lot of smoke. Yeah. How many people are from India? Let me know. How many Diwali? I know there are two of them for sure, but are there any more people of India around now? Here we go. Well, yeah, let me know. Or if you're from somewhere else, let me know. I'm really curious. Now, I would really love Price to see it go into here, but we'll see. We'll see. Two other people, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. I don't see. I don't get any. I do have a. It should give me a notification that people are subscribing, but I don't. So again, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. There's no channel without you guys, and we're growing, and it's just so much fun. Appreciate it. I'm from Land of Wood and Water. You, Land of Wood and Water. Is that in Europe? So I'm originally from the Netherlands, but I live in South Africa now. I moved here to be closer to wildlife and animals. So yeah, I just love it here, to be honest. I just love being close to nature. So I moved, but I'm Dutch, and but I'm living in South Africa, and oh, Caribbean, nice, always good weather. I moved to South Africa for the weather as well, by the way. But wood and water, what country is that then? I'm just wood and water. I used to work for Carnival Cruises when I was really young. So I was a lot in the Caribbean as well. But man, Carnival Cruises, that is something, to be honest. Oh, I can write a book about that adventure, to be honest. Um, but I guess what happens on the cruise stays on the cruise, right? When I was young, yeah, I was very young. Well, the price action is not really it's not really giving it's just sort of like consolidating again, right? So we had like a consolidation here. We just have one move up a little bit, and then it actually it's still, we can consider this literally. So consolidation, we had one move up, we took liquid, and then we go back into consolidation. So I guess on the higher time frame, this is still one area of consolidation. I guess we're still in higher time frame consolidation like we were last week, but it makes it hard to frame a good entry because now you trickle up to this level, and the only good entry I guess was here, 1236, but it's all outside of macro and it's just not really. It just didn't take out a low, it just created a low outside macro. So it's hard to frame. So it's really hard to frame at the moment for me, to frame a good trade. Now look at the 4 hour. You'll see how it's forming, right? So it can take a while. So you see the body now. I want to see it go below, go into one of these areas, maybe even, and then go back up. But it's not doing that, so it's hard to. Oh, Jamaica. Oh, yeah, I love Jamaica. We stopped in Jamaica as well, and because I was Dutch, I was always, when I would go off the boat, it was actually horrible. But if I would go on the boat, they were like, oh, the Dutch. They always, accused us of. I don't know. I guess they have very bad reputation. And if I would get back on the boat, because I worked there, I got the full check. It was crazy. And I was always innocent, I guess. So, but I don't know. I was really, what? What do you mean? Yeah. So, but hey, Jamaica is beautiful. It's how the indigenous people describe that. I didn't know that, to be honest. So that's new to me. So the land from wood and water. But you should actually say the island of wood and wood and water then, right? Yeah. Xamaika. Okay, that's how you pronounce it. Oh, that's actually what it means. It's Xamaika. Okay, interesting. See, we learn a lot here, right? Yeah. I've met a few Dutch before. The Dutch are everywhere. They travel a lot. So you guys, you see this. So this purple line is. So if I use time, because especially when you're in premium already, you need to frame a trade, right? Because especially when we are in extension, even though we are in premium already, you cannot wait until, if you want to have a trade, sometimes you cannot wait all the way till it goes back to 50% of the range. Then you use other things for premium and discount. So root candles, the root candles, I use them as well as premium and discount. So for example, now I'm using this 130 root candle, so not the fair value gap, but the root candle, which means the full 1 minute 130 candle, which is this one here. And I see I did not do it properly. Here you go. Now you see the 1 minute candle. If I would frame a trade now, for example, if I would enter, like say if it's macro time, but it's not macro time now at all, but if I would frame a trade, I would use this candle and I would just put my stop above this. If I would be short, I wouldn't like it to go above the midpoint or above it anymore. So you can use those candles as premium and discount as well. But now we are going below it, and I'd like to see that. I'm actually thinking of getting into a trade though, but because now we are below this area here, and we are showing now weakness, right? And I'm thinking about the 4 hour candle, and I would like to have the wick formed of the 4 hour. But we could get like like one of these candles here, as a 4 hour. So that's my only concern I have at the moment. How do you calculate the size for the position? You mean if I would take a trade now, for example, how I calculate the size to, when you're a little bit longer in the game, you don't really calculate it that much, but you know your risk management. Depending, if I trade my my evaluation, I look at how much is the drawdown that I'm allowed to have. I don't look at let's say it's 25K or a 50K account. No, let's take the 25K because it's I like the 25K from Funded Next, the Rapid. Your drawdown is I believe 1500. So I do calculate like, okay, how much can I take per trade on that account? And I don't, I do a little bit more than 1%, to be honest, but that's because if I trade my model, I know it's it's a high probability that it will work out. So then I take sometimes about 2-3% per trade, maybe sometimes even 4 or 5, to be honest. Yeah, but I just it's at some point I used to calculate it with the calculator, but I don't do that anymore. But if you do start, oh, okay, I got you. How do you calculate the size if you want to enter? Yeah, you can use the, let's say, I should go to the micros to show you. Let me just have a look because I just want to see what happens here before we miss the trade. Because I do want to, if we do go into this area, and especially this, I do want to take a trade. But I'll get back to you, Scagliusi, because I think that's a very good question, how, what you're asking. But you should try, let me just, without going into the screen, because I don't want to miss the entry. So I've got two different calculations on right now, right? So I've got the calculation here, the 4-hour candle, which I want to see if we hit the 25%, or this is that premium wick that I marked, right? Remember? Let me show you guys. Oh, I'm going to get back to you, Scagliusi, because that's a very good question. I think this was the 15-minute. Was it? Yes, it's the 15-minute. Yeah, okay. So, no, it's the 4-hour. Now, see, sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, it was a 5-minute, I believe. Yeah, it was a 5-minute. So it's this week that I'm using. Well, in futures there are lots, but it's a contract, right? So that's the problem. But if you use M and Q instead of NQ, you can scale in and scale out. So that's the point I want to make. But I'm on NQ now. But if you don't want to do it with one NQ because that's, you cannot scale in and out. There's too much risk. But if you go to M and Q, which is 10%, it's 1/10 of the, hold on, because I think we are getting ready for a trade here. Okay, guys. Okay. What is time? 4:30. Okay, I'm not entering yet, but I made a short. Why I use 1/3 and not only quarters. And I think I can show you again here, like how exact. I'm just thinking it might go a little bit further down, but let's see if we have a trade here, because we're in the fair value gap. We touch this wick, so we have closed the gap fully. It's exactly at 1/3. But we're not in a macro time, so I can't enter. But let's see. I just want to tell you guys, if you grade things, use 1/3 levels. As you can see, well, we might go through it now. Let's see how far we go, because we're in this, it's not macro time. So, but Scagliusi, I guess you're Italian. I like the name. If you calculate it, but you should use M and Q micros and not minis, so you can scale in and out. Yeah, I just want to watch the trade, and I cannot. If I put it on the screen, I cannot see it, but I will get back to you. But Sleepwalker is already telling you, but I think your confusion is that if you use one mini, you cannot do anything because you only have one, right? So you have to scale down into micros. What do you trade, by the way? Let me ask you that. So I want to see how low are we going. So this was actually the trade, the retest of this, but it's outside macro, so I'm not doing it. Yeah, so what I would do in your situation, I would not even just if I would frame a trade. What I used to do, I would just think about, okay, I've got 25. Let's say I've got 2,500 in drawdown, and I have. I mean, I must be honest. If I would just trade one or two micros, it's very easy to calculate it, right? Because let's say 2,500 is your drawdown, and what is the percentage that you use at the moment? Be honest. What do you allow yourself as drawdown? Okay, I just want to have a look now what is happening at this level. Okay, 1%. Okay, so that's technically $25, right? If you have a 50K account, I assume you have. Yeah. So on M&Q, 1 point is $2, right? Because on NQ 1 point is $20, so it's $2. It's $2. So I can calculate it by head because I know then, okay, 1 point is $2. So if I can have 25 points, I can have about 10 points. I just risk then 10 points. But you have two contracts, for example. So then you have to scale down a little bit. But let's say you have one micro. You're just starting out with your new. So then you have 10 points. So I already know by head, if I have one micro, for example, I can always risk 10 points per trade if I use one. If I would use two, I don't want to, I mean, for me, it's like, okay, then I still want to have my 10 points of, so then I just, I actually bump it up to 2%. So otherwise you have to scale down to half of look at this move. It's a beautiful move, by the way. So then you bump up your percentage if you scale up because you scale it up to 2% because then you can still have your 10 points, right? Of risk, or you need to scale down to 5 points. It's up to you. But I find it very hard to trade with 1%. So I'm just saying, so it's really something you need to figure out for yourself what you want to do. But it's not that hard. What are you trading, Scagliusi? And I don't use that. I know exactly what you're referring to, because if you're looking into that, you're like, oh my God, how can I do that? And blah, blah, blah. But it's good for you to know, okay, what am I trading, and know them by head, so you can easily get in and out and know the amounts that you use. Because that's how I do it with M&Q. I already, the moment I started using NQ or NMQ, I just know what is my risk? What does it cost per contract? So, and then you can easily just go in and out. And sometimes you might go a little bit over it and maybe under it, but you have to have a little bit of, give yourself some room. And if you trade just with one, you get used to it, and then you add two, and then you see how it goes. And if you have some profit, you can bump it up maybe to even 3% at some point, but just you have to need a little buffer. Don't do it straight away. Just saying. But yeah, otherwise, at some point you need to have a little go. MJ, you go down. Yeah, you're in a short already, right? Yeah, I'm talking too much. I'm not in, but I'm just watching now because, yeah, what did I say? Which level? Okay. It's 10 to 2. I'm still going to look for a trade. I'm not done yet. May go down to 25 200. 25 200. Oh, that's really a long way down. 25 200. Do you think so, MJ? But you could be right. You could be right. You could be right. 25 200. You might get some pullbacks on the way, but oh, thank you. You must be Italian. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Happy that you guys are here and joining me. Guys, I went on in the AM session, but it was so quiet, and I was like, you know what? And the market got really, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a break, and I'm gonna go back to. You are, yeah. The name tells me a little bit. I'm gonna go back into the PM session because I just seem to have more fun in the PM session. But yeah, but I should also have a good trade in the PM session. I don't have it yet, but we'll get there. Where in Italy are you from, Scagliusi? Okay, I just want to see if I can. We're below AMRP. So it was the high, right? I did say that we might hit the. It was the range. So I did remember when I got on. I said we might have hit the daily range of today, which was at 344.75. We never got really. We just got a little bit over it, and that's it. So if we would go down, I would say I would look at 245-ish. Let me see if I can frame a trade to that level. Is it enough? Is it enough? How's gold doing, by the way? Okay, no, well, we missed that. 245. 245. 50 points. Am I going to take it? Yes. If we go below, okay, I'm going to wait. We're in a macro, by the way. Yes, no, I'm not going to wait. Florence. I'm in South Africa, but I'm Dutch. I'm from the Netherlands, but I live in South Africa now. So, yes, I love South Africa because I live near in nature. Yes, I live with the monkeys here. I've got monkeys, but I'm moving back to near Kruger Park. I'm in KwaZulu-Natal, near the coast, but I want to go back where I actually came from. Okay, guys, I want to point out something, what I'm seeing, and why I'm a little bit hesitant to take the trade right now. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Blah, 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 blah. I do have to get used to talking and trading as well. If you have consolidation on one side, you can expect it again on the other side as well, right? So I'm just saying, if I see this, I'm gonna get a little bit like, okay, it tends to do the same on the left or the right if you look to the left. So if I see this, I'm like, okay, we might have had the run. This might be it for now. You see this? So I'm just wondering if we are going to get a move further down, or not. So I'm just going to look at how price is going to behave. And this was the move. MJ, you took the move. You already short. I know you said it already a while back, so you took the whole move probably. And the move when it moved away from here, actually the move away from this fair value gap was already, I mean, we had a few indications here, right? This move, in all honesty, if you look at it on the 5-minute, where is your change in state of delivery? Technically, it's this move, but you never had a retest. So it's very hard to enter. So MJ was already in. I think he said it here already somewhere, right? He said, I'm short. So that was actually the move. I think you took it on the break of this, I guess, inversion. Because technically we did not have a break of the inversion here. But where's the retest, right? So you really needed to have an entry here already. So very good job. Now we already have inverted this one. But yeah, for me, there is not really, I don't really have a retest of anything, to be honest. And so I could have used this candle, right? Like I said, premium and discount the moment it left here. But then again, I would like to see a retest. I didn't see a retest. So this price action is not easy for me based on how I normally trade, and maybe on the 1 minute. Well, I guess not. Oh yeah, but there was a retest. There was a retest, definitely. Look here, this was the retest, but not in a macro. But then again, it doesn't need to be in a macro because it can run outside macro, right? So yeah. So now I'm just, if I see this, I am not getting in. I'm shorted from 25,345. Yeah, see? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so you saw this as the break of structure already here. Boom. 345-ish. And you got your confirmation here. Didn't go over. This is already showing weakness below the, yeah, you got a lot of confirmation here. Yeah, beautiful. Nice, very nice, nicely done. Yeah, I was thinking that the 344 was the, when I started the stream, I did say, I sort of like, is 344 the dealing range? Because if I look at it, it's sort of like, but then again, I got confused because I thought, you know what, you might get to the 371. But now, in all honesty, I don't know. I don't think we are. We might consolidate a little bit and we get the crazy algo, right? And I would think the crazy algo might take us a little bit further down. Being the 4-hour candle, we get like the retracement candle a little bit. But let's see. We're not there yet. We touched, now look exactly. It touched the 25%, right? Beautifully. I've got to get used to, in all honesty, I've got to get used to talking and trading at the same time. Look, I love having the stream, and but I do notice that my trades are, I trade a little bit less, and also sometimes I'm too late because I'm talking. So that's something I really kudos for the people that are doing it a bit longer and manage to talk a lot and to put their trades on as well. Because I was just talking and going over it, but I don't really mind, to be honest, because the first purpose of the is going over the setups, I guess, right? So, like I see, you know, if I were by myself and I would see this, okay, we go into this fair, we took liquidity, we're at 25%, but you know, we have we have engulfed this area here. So this is a breaker. Are we going to retest off the breaker? If we get a retest off the breaker, I'm definitely going to enter. Hold on, let me just mark this breaker. Boom. I want to see we have a 5-minute breaker, and then it's a long again. I need to make a 1-minute breaker because I used the breaker. 1 minute, here we go. V-shaped recovery, yeah, this is a long. I'm getting in for a long now. Stop loss below. We've got the equal highs here. I'm going to go to my 371 again because that was my initial, and I'm going to take it on my other account as well. Let's see. I'm going to check quickly. It's okay if I lose some points. Now, the only thing that I don't like, we don't have it on the 5 minute. Do we have a break on the five? No, we don't have. So now I'm a little bit aware again. Um, it's only a 1 minute, so we might not get such a high run. Is it enough? Is it enough? Is it enough? Is it enough? I think so. Come on, get your act together. Yes. 25 for 12. Are you kidding me? 370. Yeah, I'm gonna go for 370. Yes, I can manage with my risk. Very tight stop. We created equal highs. Okay, so the 1:30 to 2 p.m. move sets the stage for the PM session, right? Remember, ICT has taught us that. What happened in the 1:30 move? 1:30 started here. Oh, hold on, I'll show you. I need to go on this screen. So 1:30 to 2 p.m. sets the stage for the 2 p.m. for the move in the PM session. The move started here. 1:30, we went up, we created a high, then we went down, we created another high, then we went down 2 o'clock, we created another high. Now the question is, are we retesting the breaker or are we going to go further back up? If we go below this point, we're done. It's going to go lower, right? That's pretty obvious because then there is no breaker. The breaker is, there is no 5-minute breaker, there's a 3-minute, it's very minimal. So how valid is the breaker? So this is the 1:30 root candle. I wanted to see it go over it. Technically, I would have waited maybe, but then it will take away a part of my profit. So my risk management is better where I'm doing it now because I'm using the 1-minute breaker. But I know it's it's just a 1-minute breaker, so it's sort of weak in the sense of I would have had more confidence in the trade if it was a 5-minute or a 3-minute breaker, and there is not. So I'm aware that it could go, but we hit the 25% level. We've got this equal highs. We are getting a bullish structure here. We took liquidity. We're in a 5-minute bullish. Look, this is bullish. This is a bullish. We have not disrespected. Yes, there are wicks here, but this is bullish to me. It's ugly. It's ugly because we went fully into it, right? But that's what happens on days like this. Let's go to the 3-minute. We got a gap here. We went into the gap. Look at these wicks. 354. 371 is my level. Yeah, I've got a little bit lower here. Now I wanted to see over this level. Then if we get over it and we have a close, I'm going to add to my position. But I need a close above this line, above this block. Then I'm going to add definitely. So I'm just doing add micros, by the way. So, and I'm going to move my stop. Then I'm not moving it now because it's too soon. That's something that I'm still working on because I'm a distribution trader normally. Now, okay, guys, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But I could be wrong. Sometimes you're wrong, but that's how I read it. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I was wrong last week. I mistake. I had the. It was it Friday? Yeah, was it Friday or Thursday? We had the 10-15 move, and it was to the upside. And I thought that was the distribution move already, but it was the manipulation move. So it wasn't a red trade, but I gave back a lot of my profit because obviously we went down. I thought, no, we're going higher because it's a distribution. It was very tricky. So sometimes you get it wrong because you misread the specific move. It's not really the manipulation. It's still part of like the consolidation. But let's see. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution to the downside, right? Could also be the case because we got a lot of distribution, accumulation here. This could be the manipulation and distribution to the downside, and we're just going up to, we're going up just to retest the breaker. So, but we'll see. It's a little bit tricky. I can read it both ways, but hey, you gotta put some, oh my God, some more people also, thank you. Who thinks this is the manipulation and who thinks this is the manipulation? So the people who are long think that this is the manipulation. People that are short think that this is the manipulation. So, but hey, we can frame it both ways at the moment. But it needs to go over, for me to get the full confirmation, I'm not going to add until I get above this line, above this root candle. Otherwise, this was the manipulation, and this is the distribution to the downside, and we're just retesting it. We're just having a retest. But we'll see. We'll get Eugene. Hello, Eugene. How are you? What is going to hit my level, or am I wrong? Because I could be wrong. I could be in. You could have the This could have been the manipulation, and so. But you know why? I'm sort of like, because this is so much consolidation. I'm like, are we going to go below this now? It sort of like doesn't. But let's see. I really want it needs to go in here, and it's not doing it. So I might be wrong. Um, let's see. Let's see. It looks like a very bullish structure to me now because we've got the liquidity above us, right? We've got the equal height that has been formed after 130, right? Because it's been formed for a purpose, right? It really created these equal highs. And if we have this structure already, you would say, are we going to grab that liquidity now and go a little bit higher and go maybe take that high that is waiting for us? But it's too easy, right, if it would do that. So we hit 25% of the 4-hour candle, so we could have been, this could be the manipulation wick for the 4-hour, but we also could get just a retracement wick, like one of these little ones, right? So that's possible as well. So can frame it all the way. We can frame it three ways. Either it's a bullish, it's bearish, it's consolidation. We've got all scenarios. We've got all flavors. Whatever you want. It doesn't help you a lot, right? But okay, come on, give us some distribution, my friend. Go over that level. You see how this little candle is giving a lot of information. If it doesn't go in it, I know it's gonna stay bearish. Then I have to get out of my trade. It really needs to go over half of it and then over. And if we go over it, then I'm going to add. What is her? Okay, I can take this one off, right? No one needs that information anymore. Oh, Dino is already gone. Are you still here, Dino? Oh, you left already. You want to answer straight away? I'm sorry, I was just looking at the at my trade, so sometimes I miss some things in the chat. Okay, see, it's not going out of the. We're outside macro now, so that is a little bit tricky. So I'm getting more. No, I think it's who is bearish still. Just curious on the NQ trade. I'm not so sure about the bullish because the price action is telling me it's a little bit bearish and it's just a retracement to the retest. I think this was the retest actually. I'm just um, mm, it's 10 past. Yeah, I think it's. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. I just need more. I want confirmation of. I really need this level to. This is my. Yeah, where this is. Yeah, I'm out. Okay, I'm gonna. You see, this is just really not. It did not do anything. It's gonna wait. We might go lower to the 1/3 level here. Yes, see, we just. It's gonna disrespect this now, I guess. So you see how beautifully this 130 whole candle works as a. But we'll see. We're not there yet. Who is bullish and who's bearish? I'm really curious because I'm going back and forth. You're bearish here. It came one tick to my stop loss. London low hasn't taken yet. Yeah, you're still. And also what I noticed, um, opening range gap today. Oh, it's so low. Wow. Where's the opening range gap? Oh, here we are. London low. I don't know if that's a little bit too far. I wonder if it's going to go past this consolidation. It came one tick to my stop loss. Interesting. Okay. Let's see if it reverses from here. If we're going to go up from here, I'm getting bullish again. This level, exactly this level. if we are going to go lower than 307, then it's for me, then it's going to slam down. But this level is very important to me. If we're really showing, what indicators do you have to add to your chart? Well, I've got a lot of indicators on different tabs, which I don't show because I had a lot of feedback from people. They said you have too many things on your chart. So I use time a lot. Let me show you what I put on. So for me, what's very important is the first presented fair value gap, and not only the ones from the AM session, but also, well, this obviously is the AM session. Then I have one on, I have closed the chart. Well, let me put this one away, this block here. This is the first presented of the PM session, so that's the 1:30, the same one as the AM session, but then after 1:30. So this was also a clear indication that we were going down. Then I also have a lot of time elements. You see, we're going down, guys. It looks very bearish at some specific times. And then I have the opening range gap here, the opening range gap, and the NWOGs and the settlement price. But everything is below us, so we've just, there is nothing to see on my charts because everything is below us now. But then I have some other charts open, which are my time-based, which are some indicators that are paid indicators that I use, but those are, like I showed you, the 1:30 root candle that I marked just now. I've got there are much more time-based root candles that I use to frame my setups, but people were not really interested in that. So I saw, and they saw there was too much information on my chart. Yeah, Eugene, thank you. I cannot, for me, I'm like bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. I am inclined to be more bullish than bearish, but I do think we're going to get a move down, and then the crazy algo sets in, and then we're gonna take those equal highs. Because MJ, I think the London lows are too low to reach now, because we've got so many things. I think it's just too low at the moment. So I just don't know. We've got this consolidation area now. I do think we're going to go a little bit lower. Let's see if we go into the 1/3 of this area here. I would like to see that happen. But yeah, it's hard for me to, when you have a market maker, a mini market maker buy or sell model, you always go back to the original consolidation, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if I look at the 1/3 level, because I use 1/3 a lot. It's exactly in this area here. So I would think maybe if it's we have a mini market, full market maker buy model here, we are done. We're here, and then we go back up, right? Because now we have, I always say the crazy algo starting, and then we just go. I just think it's just too. This whole setup just doesn't look bearish to me, in the sense that it's just gonna blast through it all the way. And these are all created after 1:30, so between 1:30 and this one is created in they're all not created in a macro though. 14, 15, 1, 4, 5. Yeah. When you right click the price bar and turn on countdown to bar close, no, I don't use that at all. Yeah, you found that helpful? So people mentioned that a few times. Is that something you would like to see? When you right click the price bar, you mean here? What are you looking at? You say and turn on countdown to bar close. Countdown to bar close. Where do I see that? This one here. But I always look at this one here. I look at this one. No, it's distracting to me, this information. I'm going to take it off because it just distracts me a little bit. I'm sorry, amigo. I'm going to take it off because it just because I'm looking. I know for me it's already. I'm looking at the time. Well, you can't maybe see that on my screen, but I'm looking at this at the time, and sometimes I switch to 3 minutes, but I use time a lot in my analysis anyway. So for me, it's I'm always looking at when the minute is going to end. So I do think, okay, time wise, I think we are going to hit this 299 level, and I really want to see what happens here in this area, and that coincides with 275. Okay, now let's see. Eugene, why is it bullish for you? Because I know it's hard for me to really frame it properly because I cannot frame my model around it. But I'm also sort of bullish in a way, but it does look bearish. But I'm just curious why you find it bullish because it's hard to frame to frame it correctly to to create logic around it, even though I think it's bullish too, but it just needs to go a little bit more down before going up. I hope this 4 hour candle was going down a little bit between. I would have loved to see that do it between the 120, the 130 move. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me quickly go back on the 5. And okay, here we go. Okay, so if we go here, 0.5. A VWAP. Oh, you're using VWAP. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Are we still above VWAP? Is VWAP below? Very, we're still above VWAP, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Um, 1034. Okay, now we are going below the consolidation area now. So yeah, it's definitely bearish, I think, for a while. Toward 120. I missed the trade already, guys. I missed it. I can't take it anymore. I do think it was. I'll show you again. Let me mark that 130 candle. Here we go. Ooh. I have to change my buy. I think it's bearish for. I think MJ, you were right all along. That one. This was, you know, what when I marked out that candle, that was the that should have been my confirmation. This one here, this little bastard here. So when I said this is, you can use candles as premium and discount. This was the one. This was my. That was my entry. Should have been my entry. I'll change the text. This 130. Is it 130? The whole candle. I've marked the whole candle. This was the entry here. It did not go over 50% anymore. You see the bodies were staying below it. And that's how you can use those root candles as premium and discount as well. And it left it here. But the only thing that was confusing for me, it didn't do it in the macro. Well, this was a macro actually here. But then you put your stop, right? I said you put your stop above the root candle. And then here you got a little bit of a retest, but it did not go over the root candle, and then it went down. So, so this should have been my entry, because I talked about it, and I did say you can use root candles as premium and discount, and this was a situation that at 3 o'clock. But I was confused. This looked very bullish to me. This was too much of a bullish structure, but I was saying it doesn't go into this, it needs to go into it. But then I could have re-entered here, because my logic could have been I could have entered in this macro, but I did not, and I could have taken this down. Now we are in this area. Let's see if it now goes up, because that will be my other logic. Like, hey, how far are we in the 4 hour? Did we hit a specific level? Let me quickly look. 4 hour. Ooh, okay, guys. I made a short in which I explained why I use the 1/3 levels. Why? Because they can really help frame retracements and reversals. Now, what did we touch here? Let's see if this is the level where we're going to go back into this range. Are we still above VWAP, Eugene? I never thought I would ask about VWAP anymore. It's really, but yeah. So digital time theory uses specific candles as root candles, and 130 is one of them. But they're very different times. Like 1202 is one of them. We are below the 1202 as well, but yeah, no, but you know, I would like, I want to have the best moves. I mean, in all honesty, I'm pretty hard on myself when it comes to that, because these are the trades that I'm supposed to get, because I use those root candles a lot, and but sometimes you can, if you talk a lot and you get like, you can talk to it both ways, right? I'm still bullish in a way, to be honest. I can't let go of my bias, so that's why I could not take the trade. But I could have taken the move to the downside and still be bullish. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's still a good move to the downside, right? So if you see, it didn't go into it. It was showing it's still 40-point move. And I did say it could go. Let me see, where was that level? Okay, I would not have taken it to this level then. But hey, I'm getting bullish now, to be honest, because now we're above the 1202. Above VWAP still. Yes, now I'm getting bullish again. I think this is the entry. But the crazy algo is here. She's nuts. Okay. I like this. Maybe I should get back in my long, right? Breaker. We have the retest. Let me see. Do we have a 5-minute breaker? No, we do not. Do we have a 3-minute breaker? No, we do not. Are you long, Eugene? I am AI generated. I wish I'm not AI generated. I wish I was. AI nowadays getting crazy. Francis, I'm not AI. Why would you think I am AI? If I was AI, I would have all winning trades. I would not be futzing around nowadays. I would be on the ball. She is AI. That is hilarious. I think that's a compliment, actually, if you say that, to be honest. Thank you, Francis. Grins. I guess that gives me a grin if you say that. AI generated. Hey, you guys are really funny today. I love it. Anyway, AI, yeah, AI is crazy. I mean, it is crazy, but I think people are looking for human connection because of the AI, and um, you know, we have to learn how to use it in a good way, I guess. But there's no way around it, guys. AI is here to stay, and we can use it to our benefit. But it is a little bit scary, I guess. But I'm seeing a lot of positives as well from it. But hey, I'm not AI. I'm getting old, so I guess if I'm AI, we don't age, right? So. Hey, who knows? We've got people in the chat that are AI. I wonder, actually, it's actually a thing that, I mean, you've got bots, right? I mean, people can, I mean, look at ChatGPT, how crazy I mean, I think it makes a lot of mistakes, but it's crazy if it can really formulate normal answers and think about context and stuff like that. So, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I cannot change your mind about that, but I think the only thing that I can say, if I would be AI and I would start a trading channel, I would have done a little bit better this PM session. I would have made more money than I had today. And I wouldn't have been in doubt. But maybe that is part of, maybe that is the part of the trick, right? Making everybody think that I'm AI. They're like, oh my God, I'm so human. I'm making mistakes and I don't know. Are we going to bullish? Are we bearish? Oh my God, I'm so confused today. Oh gosh. But I truly am. I mean, in all honesty, thank you for the compliment, by the way. But I am really confused with this price action. I'm honestly must say I am. I'm still bullish, but it's not going bullish. Um, but I can also frame it bearish. So I have to stay out now. And we've got the crazy algo, so I'm just enjoying my time being with you guys and having fun with the talks. Um, And you know what, I must honestly say that I journal very extensively, and also especially when I have moments like this that I don't see it properly. I'm like, okay, what happened? Why? I know that I should have taken, this was a clear trade for me, the rejection of that block. But then again, I would not have taken it so low. I would have taken it a little bit. I would have taken it my TP. But then again, I'm not interested in those smaller moves. I'm a distribution trader. I would like to. Yeah, no, but I trade. I try. My trades are. I have time-based models like my 10-4, for example. So in the AM session. So but I don't have that model in PM session if price actions like this. So then for me, I just want to be mechanically as possible. So I get in a specific at a time-based thing, and I get out at a specific time-based exit as well. But I don't. For me, at the moment, I don't see it as clearly as it is, because I was framing that it would make this move within the 1:30 to 2 o'clock move. I was hoping the 4 o'clock candle might go down, and then we might see the move to the upside. So we had more consolidation around that time, which is a little bit confusing to me. And also, I couldn't frame my AMD. I'm an AMD, like, okay, accumulation. Is this a manipulation move, or is this part of the whole accumulation? And this was the manipulation move, right? But now again, I don't think so, because we have this. So it's for me hard to frame. And if I can't frame it properly, I cannot frame my distribution move. Yeah, so I got confused because my distribution move didn't work out. And then I was like, oh my God, but maybe this is the manipulation move and this is the distribution. But I don't think this is a distribution move either now. So I'm now thinking this is just, we're still in consolidation, higher time frame. If you look at the 15-minute, let's go to the 15-minute. I would almost think that we can consider this whole area higher time frame consolidation. So that's why it's confusing, right? Look, we're just wicking. So, and that's when I get confused. And like every time when I go back, I'm like, oh, it wasn't really lower time frame. That's why you couldn't frame your AMD properly, because your higher time frame in accumulation. And it makes sense if this candle now, this 4-hour candle, is just going to be one of these, right? So that means we're going to stay in this area, but unless we're going to get a crazy spike up. But I think it's better to just watch and learn from the price action, because I do believe we're sort of like, yeah, so exactly, this is still exactly, and that's why I got and M has not really happened, was from 7 a.m. I think so too, Francis. But look, hey, so sometimes it's hard, but I think the price action gives it away, right? That we are not in a normal AMD session like we want to frame it. And I guess if I go back to, if I frame the 2 a.m. move, like here 1:30, we just create new highs. We reject from this, and we are, like I said, if this is a market maker sell and buy model, it always goes back into the original consolidation. So we just finalized within this model, we just went back into the I call it the mini market maker buy sell model, right? So we went back into the original consolidation. Now we might make a move up, and then we might have to break out to the highs. So I might have missed it now, but now I'm thinking, you know what? Yes, we got the buy side, sell side, and now we finalized this mini market maker buy sell model. So if we're going to go up for this now, listen, it's not going to fool me next time. I will have traded now back and forth, and then I would have if I see if my analysis is correct now, and we go for these highs, next time I'm and I see this structure, it's in my brain, my AI brain. Hey, listen, if I have days like this and I don't know, like, I'm confused, I journal the hell out of this. And that's how I got better, because I look at this and like, what happened? Why did I not understand it? But why did I not read why did I not see the AMD? Why? What's going on? Okay. We finalized the whole model and we might go up now. If that's the case, next time I'm gonna take it. Yeah, I had someone in the chat who wanted me to go over gold, but I wasn't looking at the chat, and I think that person is gone, so I didn't go over it. But I'm going to look at gold anyway now. So let's see what gold has been doing. I had some good trades on gold. Well, look, I don't want to be in this, right? It's the same bullshit. I mean, it's going up, but what was the 130? Oh no, it's actually pretty good. I didn't say anything. No. Look, 135, 130, we went up. Then we had continuation. It's hard to trade though, to be honest, right? Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. And here the distribution started at 2 o'clock. Hello, Chinu. Yes, I agree. But look, here you can see it clearly, right? Accumulation, manipulation, and then the 130 move initiated the distribution move, right? On gold, it's a little bit clearer. You see the distribution, the manipulation started at 123, and we took out a low here, and then we had the start of the distribution, but then again you get like a little bit of consolidation, but it started. It's a little bit more. It is yeah. Oh, I'm still bullish. Don't get me. Let's stick to NQ for now. But hey, listen. If it's going to take out these highs now, I understand that what it's been doing, and then I recognize the structure in combination with the 4-hour, because we're at the 4-hour open at the previous one as well. We're almost there. That's why I have these on. I'm always looking at this. Then I would say this. We do have maybe this might be the 4-hour wick we're forming. That was what I was anticipating with this structure. It looked like continuation to me, but we opened lower than the close on the 4-hour. So that's why I thought, it's definitely very bullish when we open higher than the close, but we opened 2 ticks below. Hey Casey, yes, it's crazy today. It's I don't know what it was in London. I can't remember, but it wasn't as high. I didn't have 115 in London. So I think most of them came in this chat, in this session. So thank you everyone who subscribed and supporting. Yeah, it's very exciting. And all night everyone is just having a lot of fun, Casey. I'm learning a lot myself. Francis said, but ES did. Also, when the 2 opened, it did not really manipulate to the upside either. Exactly. So I was hoping we would get a manipulation move to the upside, or at least take out the high, then go back into the range, create a wick, and then either go back up, right? Because then you have the manipulation wick. That's how I trade the 10 o'clock in the AM session. I used the manipulation wick of the 10 AM, and I was hoping to do that now as well. Because we didn't take anything, I'm just confused. I'm like, my brain is scrambled now. And you have a scenario sometimes and you hope it plays out, but when it doesn't, what's his talk? Yeah, I am AI. You know I'm AI, right? No, I think he was joking. I wish I was. I think, do you think, you guys, do you think there is a time that we can add some brain power, that it comes to a time that have you seen Black Mirror, that series? I love that series because it really is. I think it really shows you how the future can be, right? Yeah, and but Francis, sometimes I do get, the thing is, I actually need to be quicker to recognize. You know what? I cannot read it properly, so we are going to get consolidation. We're basically We're technically just, we're in the same range, but it is a market maker. You know, we can sort of like see this market maker buy and sell model, right? So if you can see that, that is fine. You can try Nestle PD arrays with all the specific opens. Nestle PD with all the specific opens. Okay, interesting. I haven't looked at it that way, but I'm wondering if we are going to take out something, or are we just going to go? Let's see what the crazy algo is going to do. I'm not going to take a trade anymore, guys. Um, if I can't read it properly, Casey, by the way, you are good into scalping in these areas, right? How did you do today, Casey? How did you do? Like OB at the 10 a.m. open? Yes, okay, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, I don't use the order blocks that much, but I need to start looking. I use the breaker log, the rejection block. I'm crazy about the wicks. I look at rejection blocks all the time, and um, those are my one of my favorites. Fair value gap breaker, and I love the IST suspension block nowadays. I've been testing them a little bit. I need to get back into that, by the way. I'm up. I'm up. So I locked myself. Okay. I was like, "Are you using 166 micros?" I'm up. Okay. Good for you. Good. Yes. You need to lock yourself out. Yes. Well, having some coffee. I love this session, guys. I'm such a nice. Got those early longs. Hey, yeah, I played gold as well on the open, and until 10. It was good until 10ish. Yeah, I think I need to look into order blocks as well a little bit more. Have you seen ICT's latest video? How he went over order blocks? No, it's not orders. And people really think they are orders. I actually thought that as well a while back, because I thought, okay, when it goes down, it's high frequency orders. In the AMD, the accumulation phase, do you use fixed range volume profile? No, I do not. I used to do TPO when I started, but um, no, I just look for a manipulation move out of the away from the range. But it has been difficult to read. And I mean, like Casey was there, and actually Casey caught the high. I mixed up a distribution move for when it was a manipulation move, and Casey told me he's only 6 months in, guys. So he said, "Hey, Iris, I think you might, your TP might be hit, but I think we're going for a reversal here." And I said, "No, we're in distribution move. Look, this is the manipulation." But I was wrong. I was in the manipulation move, and it was actually very stupid because it was the 10:15 move, so it was still in the 10 a.m. candle. We were still forming the wick, and it was. I don't know how I don't know. I was just so married to my bias, and I just saw, and then we went down, and I even said it. I said, yeah, and then when it goes below this fair value gap inverse, it will invalidate my trade. But I could not, I just didn't want to believe it, and I gave back almost, three-quarters of my profit. It was still a green trade, but I missed the big part of the move to the downside because I was just not seeing it. Yeah, so I know you respect and love him for it, but actual order block function from his old videos came as huge orders been accused. Well, that's what I actually thought he said that, because it's high frequency orders, that causes those moves to the, for example, bullish ones to the downside, right? And they already order, they get into the orders. But I actually thought he did mention that it was actually high frequency orders because people, smart money gets in before the reversal. So I actually thought they were order because I thought he actually said that, but I thought, oh, I might be wrong. I might have not understood it correctly. Um, so he will push his narrative, liquidity versus volume. Gold, yeah. Well, I don't agree with him on crypto either, but I think, oh, he lately is a bit angry on Robin's cap guy who won and uses volume profiles and order flow. Oh, he does? Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Well, I thought that was the case, that because of the high frequency orders that are formed, those are the form partially the order blocks. But okay, are you a charter member? Well, anyway, yeah. I guess order blocks for me. I do want old videos. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Sometimes you. Yeah. Well, I mean, I must say, I use those wicks a lot now that he gave. On a Saturday, he gave a very good video as well. I mean, I wouldn't have been profitable without him, to be honest. It's just the truth, I guess. So, but he never said volume is irrelevant. He just said you can spot it without all the fancy. Exactly. Yeah. No. No, order flow. No, definitely. Volume is not irrelevant. I don't need to see. Let me put it. For me, um, it's irrelevant for me. I'm sure he did not never said that, but for me, I don't need the volume on my chart because it doesn't tell me anything in the sense of, because I would rather be in a trade before the volume kicks in, right? So I studied. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. I'm the same. I'm addicted to getting to know the algo more, and especially because he says he leaves things out. I love to figure out what did he leave out. For example, I use the 1/3 levels, and I figured out, okay, that's interesting. I get more information of the 1/3 levels in the quarter, but just figuring out and looking into more time-based elements, like those root candles that I use, but those come from different mentors. I added some different information from different mentors who are also ICT based, but they have built upon his building blocks. And yeah, I think it's just amazing. And for me, I think the studying will never stop. So I am like you. So I call myself algo. Hey, listen, we got the crazy algo, and I wouldn't be surprised we're going to take out these highs now. Um, digital time theory, yes. So that's from Anar and Nine, Ivan, and that yeah. So I use all the. I've got different tabs, but I've got a lot of. I have a lot of people commenting that I had too much things on my charts. So I took the DTT. Yes, yeah. I use. Do you use DTT as well? So oh, I love Anar, and I was part of their Discord, and I love them. They're so genuine, and they're one of the good guys. And obviously 2 degrees. I just love them. But yeah, so you see, I marked the 130 candle, and you see here how it just gave the information for the short, right? But now you see again It's not the 130. It's not the first percent fair value because that's this one above, right? This one is the 130 candle, and I've got my favorite candle is the 1202. I get a lot of information from the 1202 candle. I extend it. I use. It's my roadmap. It's literally my roadmap for my. So once if we get distribution moves to the downside, I have a specific chart where I have marked my 1202 candles because it will give me a lot of information. Because the algorithm just uses time, right? So that's why I'm time based, because the algo is scripted against time. It does things at specific times and it refers back to those times. So yeah. Yes, especially in London, I use, and pre-market, the 312 works in conjunction with the 658, especially in a market maker buy or sell model. They go back to each other. So, and I've got time-based models like the 10-4. So I use time a lot. It's just, for me, I cannot trade without it. So, yeah. 116, somebody else has subscribed. Taking a long on gold. Hey, oh, okay. I thought you locked yourself out, but it's a paper trade. Good for you, KC. Paper trading, awesome. I also paper trade a lot. I love paper trading because that's how I improve my executions. And I'm not going to take any trade anymore. But I am almost, guys. I would be surprised. Let me put it that way. If we're not going to take out these levels here. But let's see, we need to get over the 130 root candle. You see how the 130 root candle is not letting it happen? And that's not really a fair value gap. I'm just using the root candle, and you see how strong it is, right? If someone showed me a chart without time, I would not understand a thing. Just a simple letter structure up and down. Crazy, yeah. I mean, I'm starting now to use. I want to show the DTT things a little bit more, so that's why I highlighted the 130 root candle, just to show the power of it. Even though I did not capitalize on the trade though, but I did say you can use it as a premium and discount, right? So you can use those root candles as premium and discount. And you can see it very clearly here. Again, we're not going over it. Tells you a lot. Now, do we have a fair value gap here? We have nothing in this nothing in this area. You see that? That's interesting, right? Yeah, you've got one little gap here, but how could you get this information to see? We're still not bullish yet. Let's go to the 30 seconds. Let's have a look. Now you see that this 130 candle is actually more powerful than the first presented fair value gap on a day like this, right? That's so interesting for me to see. Oh, did we? I didn't even, guys, I didn't even notice that we hit the end walk. What am I missing? Why am I not seeing the end walk on my 1 minute chart? Something wrong with my charts. On the 30 seconds, we hit the end walk at 2 o'clock. I did not see that on my 1 minute chart. That's why. Why did I not see? Why is my chart not showing the end walk? No, we're not going to take anything out anymore. We're below this. I don't think so. We're going to do that. But I'm just confused why my chart wasn't showing. You see, I missed that information. You see that? I also use the weekly root candles, and those are very powerful as well. You see that? I missed that because, but it's a 1:30 one, right? It's not the, this is a 1:30, not the 1 o'clock. Something's wrong with my charts. See, if I would have seen the NWOG, I would have had a fully different. 10:30, 10:30 for root, 1 hour after 9:30, often as reversal. Yes. Yes, so the 10:34 is very interesting. You know why? The 10:34 is when you have the 10:13. I always wait for the 10:34 because if I'm bullish or bearish, I wait for the 10:34, and then most of the time when price goes below it, you want to enter for a long, and after 10:34 we go up above it, you enter for the short. It sort of like stalls and gives a little bit of a manipulate. It's a mini manipulation move. So the 10:34 is a sort of mini AMD area. So it's very interesting, the 10:34. So once we get up 10:15 and price starts stalling a little bit, I always wait until 10:34. Yeah. No, Gigi. No. You want me to? You want to come? My cats are getting like, oh my God, you're taking so much time and talking to other people. We want attention. People, 170 subscribers. People are saying, I don't know who you are, but thank you so much because I don't know, I don't get any pop-ups anymore. Thank you guys. How are you doing, pretty girl? Okay, well, so again, the 1:30 root candle gave us information. And 4 o'clock, it is 4 o'clock, guys. I just want to see if I could have, I need to journal this very, very extensively because, so we went back into the consolidation area, right? So it's literally just consolidation with a little move up and a little move down, I guess. So that's it. But we still had fun, didn't we? Hey, Nintendo, how are you doing? Long time no see. A few days, I guess. How's it going? Have you been trading? Francis, now I'm in 1 month of vacation and already haven't seen them for 2 weeks. Oh, you've got 2 cats too. Oh, you're on holiday. Oh, I can't. I travel with them. I've got travel cats. I've got a little Jimny, a Suzuki Jimny in South Africa. So if I move around, they travel with me. They're very easy. One of them is like a dog. Yeah, I cannot. I don't know. I cannot go without my animals. But hey, yeah. But that's why I haven't traveled outside of the country for a while. So, but anyway, yeah, 1 month in vacation. It's hard. It's hard, right? If you have any pets, as pet parents, it's sort of like hard to miss them for a long time. But yeah. So yeah, this market is the morning was nice and well, I don't want to say easy, but it was very clear. Then we got consolidation, and I think we had some nice moves in the PM session. But yeah, I'm going to study this price action because there were opportunities, but you just need to your brain needs to work fast, and I guess the bullish bias was a little bit wrong. Yes, they are kids that never grow up. I agree. You don't want to know. Since I've been streaming, they're just trying to. One of the cats, she found out that apparently she knows there is this little thing on top of my laptop that is film that is my that I need. So she's always trying to move around and catch the cord so it falls off. So she knows how to get my attention. But so when you see me suddenly holding this or you see my ceiling, you know what's going on. But how long have you traded and how long into ICT? So I started. I think it's 6 years ago now because I got a message from an old broker of mine. I started doing retail. I started with penny stocks. Oh my God. And then I got into different stocks, normal stocks with, what was it? Stocks to trade. But that was a little bit better. Then I found JJ and got into volume profile, TPO, I should say, that I actually really liked, but I was still missing something. But TPO is already time-based because you use the 30-minute. So it was sort of volume profile and volume profile TPO. So I did like that. That got me a little bit more into understanding the logic behind it, and especially JJ. He used to be an old market maker, so he shared a lot of secrets. Then let's say I think it's now 2.5 or 3 years ago that somebody introduced me to ICT, and I was like, what? What is ICT? Yeah, it's free on internet. You can. I said, well, that can't be anything good. But then I started looking into it, and like, oh my God, that was for me the missing link. I could frame the logic behind it because I already had this TPO basis, right? And that is already sort of like, I liked it, but there was some things missing. And for me, the ICT part was the missing blocks. And then it took me about, I think, 8 months to a year. I think then I started to become profitable, but it went in waves. I was profitable, then I had like a little bit of a setback. It took me again a few months, and then again and then I started to get more consistent. But it was really the ICT part that got me there. I honestly must say. So I think, but I started investing in crypto, but it was more long term because I was still working at that time. I had a full-time job, and when I moved to South Africa, there was no plan B for me because I can't make money. I can't have a job in South Africa because I'm a foreigner, right? So there was no plan B, so I had to make it work with trading, and I did. And I was never planning to start a stream. Never. I never thought, oh, why would I do that? Who wants to hear me talk? But then half a year ago, when I started to be profitable, I thought, I'm going to change my LinkedIn because it was like a reward to myself. Because no, you know what? You are a full-time trader now. You are profitable. You are living off your trading profits. So I'm going to change my LinkedIn. It was sort of like, because I moved away from corporate world, I'm not going back to office job. So I thought I'm going to change my LinkedIn. And that's how a prop firm found me. And they wanted a trading coach, and they tested me, and they said, well, we also need you to go online for us on YouTube with other coaches. I said, okay, I'll do that. So I worked for Hola Prime. They are a prop firm. And I started to go on YouTube, but I had to buy all the light. I had to change my internet to get solid internet because I live in the bush, right? And my internet was shit. So I had to set up and get cabled and blah, blah, blah. And basically, you need lights and whatever, a good webcam, blah, blah, blah. But then I started, there were too many rules for me that I felt comfortable with. And I'm a little bit rebellious in that sense. So sort of like, Iris, you cannot say that, and you cannot do this, and you cannot do that, but in a good way. But I said, yeah, but I want to be myself. I want to be able to, yeah, but you cannot, pretend that you don't know some, because there were different coaches, and if they would say something, I would say, oh, that's interesting. Could you tell me more about that? No, you are a coach. You're never supposed to say that you don't know anything. I said, no, but I think I should be able to, I'm interested, so I'm showing, I don't want to pretend that I know everything, because I don't. I have my models and I know specific areas, but and then I had a black screen, and there was some, but then the lady that hired me says, you know what, Iris, I think you're much better off to start for your own YouTube. I said, no, I can't start my own YouTube. She said, yes, you can. I think you have the knowledge, you have your niche is out there, and you can do whatever you want. She said, I really want you to start your own YouTube channel. So that's how she pushed me, and I was actually planning to thank her when I hit 100, and I did. So I need to get in hold of her, because if it wasn't for her, I would not have done it. She said, no, you have to. I know it's going to be, you will be successful if you do it. You just have to start. And I was a little bit insecure, to be honest, but that's how I started doing it. So I never had the idea when I started trading, because I really thought, I just love trading and I love to study. But now I enjoy the chat and the community building so much more that I actually sometimes, if I miss a trade, I don't even care if I can, help people talk about the trades and share my knowledge. I don't really mind, because there's enough time for trading and to make my money. But it's for me now, I feel so much reward doing this. It's so much fun. I never thought it would be so much fun. And I was a little bit worried about, the chat and the weirdos, but, they might come at some point, but I just, so that's how it went. So it just, it's just a matter how things go in life, right? If you never plan something, if I wouldn't be with a prop firm, I would not have never started trading, because I would never buy this thing, all these setup things, and know, like, oh my God, how am I going to get it done, and blah, blah, blah. Have you decided the hours of trading? Hey, I'm just trading basically London AM and PM session for now. So yes, my cats are not happy with it, but I just really like this PM session. I'm not going to give up on it. So London session will stay for now, unless I'm going back to voluntary work. But until I'm not, I'm just going to trade London session, because I learn a lot from it as well. And lunch PM session will stay. And I guess, what the thing is about South Africa, and in the evening I don't do much here, because at night we don't go out. So, and it's 3:30 when the New York session starts in the afternoon. So so it's still, I guess, today I took a break between AM session and PM session, but for now it is well, let's say for sure it's going to be lunch PM session in London, but yeah, we'll see. Hey, day trade professor, do what makes you happy. I just came up on my feed. Cool stuff. Block anyone who says nonsense. Trading for 13 years. Trust me, just do you. Yes, and you know what? For me, I think if I cannot be myself on stream, I think it's very tiring if you want to pretend to be someone else. Not that I was not being able. I mean, I don't want to talk. I'm not talking bad about them, but there was just. I understand you work for a company. There are rules, right? But I just noticed, like, because I'm an ICT trader, ICT based, time based. Most people that traded there were more retail minded. So I didn't feel like I could really be myself as my trading identity, because you have a trading identity, right? And imagine being on stream, not being yourself, if you have to play a part. And that is for me something, I guess that's why I can talk for hours, because I'm just being myself. And I'm actually an introvert. You wouldn't say so, I guess, but that's because if you talk about something you're passionate about and you are with like-minded people, and that's how I feel with this YouTube. You attract the right people that feel comfortable with what I'm saying, or we you build a community, and I love it that it's going slow, but I don't think it's going slow, but I don't mind if it would go slow, because I would rather I would go for quantity over quality. So that's for me also, like, that's why I like people that are coming into the chat that have experience, and that I can also learn from, because I'm not really, I know some basics and some technicals, and I've got some models and some things to share, but hey, I just no, I don't use it anymore. I just use ICT and time. I'm an alcoholic, so I just, for me, it's I just go study time and more looking for more signatures of the algorithm, which you can only find in time. So that's what I mean when I'm time based. So I used to, when I would use mark my charts, for example, what I would do in the beginning, for example, I would go in my chart, right, and I would write down, okay, what time? Okay, 4:01, 4 o'clock. It took out the liquidity. I would mark all these times. What happened at what time? Now I'll share something with you guys because you're hanging out with me. Now I had a little bit of hesitant why it wouldn't take out these highs. What I've noticed lately, and if someone is in the chat that knows something about that as well, I noticed that we took out this high at 142. It's not on a macro. We took out this high, or we create another little high here, 215, not on a macro. Now we created here this high, 119. I noticed that if we do not create the highs in a macro, we are not going to take them out in the same session. Who has information on that? It's something I noticed a few weeks back, and I'm monitoring that now. I'm trying to build a model, by the way, in the London session, the 150 to 210 macro, and I noticed when every time we create a high in that macro, we take it out the next macro, the 150, the 250 to 310. But we did not create this high in a macro, and we didn't go up. So now let's see. Well, it's time now, but what are your key times? You know, you mean Woodsy when I stream, you mean? Or key times what in my trading? I'm talking so much time that I have to double check with you. But that's something I noticed, and that's why again we didn't take it out, even though I thought the macro it's a 130 move, but it is I think something to look into. So I'm going to look more into that. If highs are not created in the macro, we're not going to take them out maybe during the trading kill zone times. So I myself, I just trade time, but I trade London, I trade AM and PM session. So that's literally how I trade, and then referring to Eastern time. I don't trade Asia because then I sleep. I do. I wish I was. I wish I was AI, so then I didn't need to sleep in Asia. Then I could also trade. I would probably sit behind the charts as well in Asia then, because I really love looking at charts. I can do it like all day and talk about it and look for a more algorithmic signatures. And so yeah, for example, those little things. If I notice these things like, okay, we did not take out the highs, but all these highs were not created in the macro, I'm going to look into that, and I go I look into those things because that's how I get better and figuring out how the market moves and how to frame trades. Now I'm a distribution trader, but so I'm not sometimes interested, but I do want to also trade this kind of moves. So I will look into like why could not frame a proper trade here, because I was really struggling with the reading the market a little bit because I couldn't frame a proper AMD, and that always messes with my head a little bit. But it makes sense because the 4-hour candle didn't frame. It's just a little yeah, let's say a reversal, a little retracement here, right? It's one of these candles. I did say it might be one of these candles. And that's pretty hard to trade for me because I need the distribution move. I need the manipulation move in the 4-hour, and then yeah, you are obsessed with it as well. Well, welcome. That's our community. Obsessed people, and we just want to get better, and we want to keep learning and getting to know the algo better, and what's just looking for the signatures, right, so we can frame more trades around them. That's what it's all about. And hey, I'm a lifetime student. It'll never stop. And That's how I see it. No, I love it. And I love all the people here. And I just noticed, guys, that I have 120 subscribers. That means that more people have subscribed in the meantime. So again, thank you. I don't know how much I think, how much did I have this morning? I have to look, but I think it was 105 or 100 and so that's 15 today, and I think 15 in this session only. So wow, that's just amazing. But hey, nobody actually comments on the. You guys see the smoke behind me? I can see it in the chat. I can see it in. It's just a humidifier. So I just want to point. I did say it in the beginning of the screen, but I don't know if the same people are here. But yeah, it's an amazing. I just love. So I'm not going to journal now because it's late. I do that in the morning when I wake up, and then I go over my trades, over my what happened. I trade the trades, but also my paper trades, which I did because that's how I learn. And but I also I also journal the market, a higher time frame, and I go into more time-based details. It's very extensively. I spend a lot of time in journaling because I love it, and that's how I really improve myself. And this area fascinates me now a little bit. I must honestly say, I do find it very intriguing, like what happened, and yeah, there were opportunities here definitely, but then again. I was wondering about the smoke. Oh, really? Okay. I think I might. You do see it sometimes. You're like, oh my god, that woman is smoking like hell. It's a humidifier. So yeah, Woodsy. So I'm trying to build a few models in London. I'm working on that because I want to make it more time based. But my best model is I've got one in pre-market between specific times, and then I've got my 10-4 model. That is a model that I use the 10 a.m. candle with, and so then the easiest way to explain it is I want to get into the manipulation move of the 10 o'clock candle. So when you have a wick and then the distribution move, and then most of the times you will see that the distribution moves from the 10 o'clock. So I wait either if there's consolidation, I might sometimes wait until we pass through the 10 o'clock again, and then most of the time the distribution move will go to a 4 a.m. candle that has formed in London. But it could also be a 4 a.m. an older one. So there are some rules to it. There are some specifics to it. It's not that easy. It's not only from 10-4, but there are rules to it that there are if-then statements, and but then again, so you always see on my chart. Let me see. You'll always see these times on my chart here. Here you go. It's all below 10-4, midnight, 8:30. There are specific times on my chart that you will see. I've got different tabs where I have different models on, but there's a lot of information, and I got feedback that people didn't want to see all that information on my charts. I have not used that in these charts, but they're more time based. But I might, if people are interested, I might incorporate it at some point, because I just showed this 130 root candle now. So that means what I did here, I just marked the 1 minute full 130 candle, and look how much information that gave me, that it was not going to go up. Here you go down. Here again, we are not going. The root candle is holding it back. It's not the first presented. Yes, I try to take all the emotions out of it. Otherwise, I had issues with over trading and things like that. If I don't have a mechanical model, I just need to stay out. And for example, I need, like root candles, you can use them as premium and discount, for example. So to say, for example, I'll give you an example how I could have traded this. If you use a root candle as premium and discount, because we're in premium right now, right? So how would you frame a trade? For example, and if you stick to the macros as well, because I was talking a lot, so I missed a few things. But for example, here in the macro, 3 past 3, we went into this. I could have entered here with my stop above the root candle, so above the box. But then you will see we would have gotten, I would have been a little bit in drawdown here outside macro. Oh, this is also still a macro, by the way. So I could have had 2 entries here in the 250 to 10 past 3, right? So we hit this here. And this one could be the confirmation, the 7 pass. But then I was thinking, oh, we're outside macro already. But sometimes you need to enter in a macro, but then you let it run, right? But then my stop would have been here, and then it would have been to, let's say, to this liquidity level here. That would have been one of my trades, because I was thinking we were in a market maker buy and sell model, right? We have to start here and then we go back down. So that's how you could use those. Yeah, sell high, buy low. I mean, obviously that but it's not that easy. But obviously it's sell high, buy low. But how do you know? You need some benchmark to frame your trades around, right? And you want to have your stop loss. You want your risk to be as little as possible, for example. So. Now I didn't take this trade, but I'm going to really journal this, because I should have taken this one here. Stop goes right above it. Your entry is right here, and then you have this already set up, and this would be my trade then. I would have taken it to here, because this might have been a rejection block. Almost a 10-hour trade. Thank you, Sleepwalker. I'm going to close the stream as well. I just want to thank everybody. There's still 13 people here watching, and but so I just want to show the yes, I do use SMT, definitely. I definitely use SMT, but I don't think we had any today, because but yeah, definitely, Francis. Sometimes I forget to look at it, but I try to look at it at the full hour, quarter, every quarter hour. I do look at it. Yes. There is the best trades and the best distribution trades, SMT. We need SMT. We don't go. Check the 2 o'clock open. Okay, I will. Oh, do we have SMT with ES? And I'm going to check it straight away. Let me check. But sometimes I need to be reminded. The 2 p.m. open. I'm looking at the 15 always. Okay, we took out a high at the 2. Okay, let me check. And Q 15 minutes. Oh, was it a really minor? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I see what you mean. There was SMT, yes. Yes. Yeah. But it's very minor. I mean, those wicks, interesting. Yeah, see, I didn't look at that either. I'm talking too much. I need to, okay. Yeah, interesting. I didn't look at it. Yeah, see, it's at the very high of day. Yes, it's very interesting. Yeah, it gave a lot. I mean, there was information there, but it wasn't really good. I mean, the distribution move. I mean, I don't think we can call it distribution move, right? What we had. So it's still. I still think we have unfinished business. But I wonder if Asia. I wonder if Asia is going to take those highs. We're bouncing over a very specific level on NQ, the 290, and it's creating an equal low now as well. So it's just it's just these manipulation can be tiny, and I still need to learn how to see those little manipulations, right? Because they give a lot of information. So even the sweeps are massive, and it was SMT. Yeah, you're right. You are right. But I was so focused on the 4-hour candle now, so I forgot to look at SMT. See, so there's all little things. I need to write it down at 2 o'clock. I always look at SMT. I look at SMT every quarter, every quarter. But I was so focused on the 4 o'clock, the 4-hour 2 o'clock candle. But yeah, so hey, listen, I'm gonna journal this part very extensively because there was so much information here, and you want to recognize these things faster, right? So I don't want to be that confused. But hey, if I don't have a model like I've got my 10-4 and some models I've got an AN, this happens. But I wonder there must be more. There is more to this as well, and just recognizing, okay, this is going to happen. That's what you want to. Can be a stage move before. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, hey, listen. Hey, I think I've proven to you that I'm not AI, right? I've proven that today. Not AI. I wish I am, but anyway. Guys, it was a lovely session, and I cannot tell you enough how much I enjoy the time with you guys. And just, even though I did not really put on a good trade, I just had one of the best sessions, just, getting to, I think we learn a lot, even though we didn't take a trade. I think even looking at the price action, for me, I still enjoy it because I still learn a lot from it, and I improve my trading from every session like this as well. And yeah, but you need to journal. I mean, without the journaling, you sort of like print things in your brain, right? It's really like, you see it in the live session, you look at the price section, but then you go back. And I've stopped back testing, by the way. I do forward testing, but for me, I would rather do paper trading during live sessions, because then I feel, oh, thank you, Woodsy. I appreciate, am I higher than 120 now? 120, you are 121, Woodsy. I remember, if I look, I cannot remember everyone. You're 121. I know my number 70. I know number 84, and I know my number 121. Thank you, Woodsy. I appreciate it. And everyone else who is here and who has subscribed, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. But just wanted to say that watching the price action, for me, I still learn a lot from that, even though I did not take any trade. And when I journal it as well, it really helps you improve your trading, and you see more of those little signatures with what the algo leaves behind. So thank you, Woodsy. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again soon. I'll be back tomorrow in London, and definitely in the I guess AM session as well. I'm just yeah, I still have to figure out the times a little bit, but I'll be here anyway. But for now, I wish everyone a very, very good evening. And guys, you're all you're hanging out with me even after 4:30. So when you journal, go look at the 1:30. Okay, Francis, I love your tips. When you journal, go look at the 1:30 open and the high it made as PM high, which did not manipulate anything yet. Then 4 open and ES did manipulate. Okay, I'm gonna quickly make a picture of what you said, because I see, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I want to see your text because I missed something, definitely. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning. I'm going to take a snack and watch a movie or a series, and then tomorrow morning I'll wake up at 4 or 5 a.m. Then I'm going to journal and I'm going to look at it. Again, thank you everyone so much. I appreciate it, and let's grow together and let's learn together and let's beat that algo and make a shitload of money out of this market. Anyway, thank you for all your input, and Francis, thank you for your jokes, and everyone else as well for everything. It was a great session, and I hope to see you soon again and continue where we left off. So for now, Thank you so much, and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully again. And sleep well. Have a lovely evening and day. You have a next time. Yeah, you too. I'm a little bit tired, so I need some rest, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow as well. Thank you.